What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new video. So today then I'm going to show you how to create video ads for Facebook in a really quick, easy and cheap way as well. In fact, it's not going to cost you a single penny, and it's actually the method I used myself back when I started dropshipping nearly 3 years ago. And to prove to you that this method actually works, I've got an example of an ad I used to run, and I'm just going to show you the kind of results that it produced. But before we jump into the video then, as always, I am giving away a free one-to-one call with me on this video. All you've got to do then to enter the raffle is simply like the video and leave a comment down below. And if you commented on my previous video then, yesterday's, then make sure you stay tuned to the end of this one where the winner will be announced. And that being said then, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get straight into it. What's going on then, guys? So just quickly then to show you the ad that I created. This is the one I used. You can see I used it on 5 different ads, and these are the kind of results it produced as well. So you can see that in total, all in all, this one particular video generated a little bit over 26 grand for me. And just to prove that the results are real then, as always, I will refresh the table so you can see there's no trickery or anything like that going on. And just to show you the actual ad itself, so I've opened it up here and I'm just going to play it for you guys so you can see essentially what goes into an ad to produce those kind of results. So it's really dead simple to do. However, there is a particular reason then why the images are in this particular way, which we're going to get into, and why essentially something has been put there. Because when it comes to advertising, if there's nothing, it's not necessarily what you need to put into it, but also what you need to take out of it as well. If something isn't there for a reason, then there's no need for it to be there. It's only taking up space and time, and if it's not going to ultimately help you make purchases and get somebody to click on your ad, then I would just get rid of it entirely. So as you can see then, nearly 1 million people reached, 40,000 engagements, 2,000 shares, and all in all then, a pretty profitable ad for me. What's going on then, guys? So as you can see then on the right side of the screen, I've got my phone and I'm just going to be working through in real time with you guys. So you can see exactly everything that goes into creating an ad is essentially. I'm going to be starting the process from start to finish so you can see absolutely everything. But just so you know what app it is then, you will need a phone to do this. And it is the app called Quik. So that's spelled Q-U-I-K. It's available on Apple and on Android, and it's free as well. I'll put a little screenshot somewhere on the screen so you can see that you don't have to pay a penny for this app. So it's actually 100% free then to create your ads in this way. So let's get started then. I'm just going to open up the app. And one thing to mention then is when you're creating a video, you're going to need, I believe, at least 5 photos. So all these photos you're about to see have just come from AliExpress from this product page here. And as you can see, they've actually got a video themselves that they've created. So if this looks like too much work for you, then try and find a supplier with a video ad and always ask their permission first to use their images and their videos, just to be 100% safe. So I'm just going to move the kind of recording over to this side of the screen just so any notifications don't block or get in the way. So this is essentially the home screen of the app. You can see there's already a story in there. This was actually the example I did in a previous video, but the audio was out and it was a pretty terrible video, to be honest. I thought I'd re-record one, and plus we've had a lot of new subscribers since I did this one in November. So you've got the buttons at the bottom, then simply go ahead, click the plus sign, and that's just going to open up your camera roll so you can pick the photos that you want to use for this particular project. So as you can see, I've got like 6 different photos here. I'm just going to select them. Please excuse all the other ones. Add 6 photos, and it's going to pretty much create like a project for you. Let me see if I can get this volume up. So apologies for that. I just had to quickly sort the audio out so you can see it's exactly what the app is doing for you. So I'm just going to play this. In fact, I need to press the button on my phone. I'm just going to turn it down so you can, hopefully you guys can hear me. And essentially what it does is it puts together all these different kind of themes for you and puts all your images into these projects, into these slideshows. So it pretty much has like pre-created videos that you can actually use yourself, and they're fully customizable as well. So as you can see, I'm just scrolling through them. You can select different ones and it's going to preload it and show you exactly what it looks like. But if I remember rightly, last time I used this, I quite like this epic one because it gives you like a brief title heading that you can use, and then it kind of zooms in onto different points of a photo, which I'm just going to show you for this example. So we'll go ahead and choose epic, and then you've got like the different selections at the bottom, so you can change the music, you can change the order of the photos. So what I want then is that I want the first photo to be of some actual dogs wearing the collars, because this is what is going to attract people's attention. And the best way to advertise any product is to actually show the product being used. So basically then the app works in 4 stages. You start on the first stage where you choose your theme, which is kind of like the general layout, how it shows the images, the different headings and title screens. And then the next thing you want to choose then is your music. You can scroll across and through, make sure the video is playing so you can hear different music. And you want to choose one that matches the kind of product you're selling. So if you're selling a really upbeat, happy product, for example, like dog LED dog collars, then you want something like this. So this one's called Friends. And another thing you can do as well is if you press these arrows here, it gives you like all the different songs within that category. So Friends is the category, and there's 4 different songs. So simply find one that you quite like the sound of, one that goes well with the images, and then simply leave that as your selection. And moving on to the next screen, the third one along, which is where we're actually going to be actually editing each and every image. So I'm just going to pause the video then so you can't hear the music, just so it makes this video a bit clearer hopefully, and easier to go through, easier to understand. So I'm just going to scroll through these and go back to the very first one, which is the title and heading page, and we can actually edit this to say whatever we want it to. So I'm just going to delete that, and I'm just going to put something that entices people and grabs people's attention. So something like every dog owner needs one of these, exclamation mark, and then we can put an emoji in as well. So it's a nice friendly ad. And then one thing we can also do as well is we can change the duration of how long this slide is shown for. So obviously we don't want it too long, because we want to essentially show the customer what our product is as soon as possible. So if you just keep clicking that, you can see it scroll through, and you've got 3 different options. So you've got short, regular and long. So we're going to have it as short. There's not a lot of text to read. It's just enough for them to see essentially what we're saying and grab their attention. So we can duplicate it if we want another title one, and if we did, we could essentially go back to this main screen and we can move it later on down. So if you wanted, say, one slide purely to say a particular heading or whatever it was, then you could do that. But for this video, I want to try and show the product is in as many ways as possible, so I'm simply just going to delete that one. To delete a slide then, it's dead simple. You simply just push down on it and then drag it down into the trash can. So the first slide then is obviously to grab attention. Every dog owner needs one of these. The second one clearly shows all the different animals wearing the product, just examples of how the product works. So I don't really want any kind of text on that one. But one thing that we can do then, if we just hit this edit button in the center, you can see at the bottom there's like a focus point, and we can move this around then to select a certain section of the image that we want the camera to focus on. So as you can see, I've put it on that top left dog. If we just go back now and play it, you can see that it kind of the camera kind of moves into that dog. So that's kind of like the main focal point of that particular slide. So we'll just go back and have a look at the different options. We can add text, we can delete it, we can adjust it. So if you, for example, the images aren't quite the right size, you can just crop them dead easily. You can rotate them, flip them. All the different customizations that you have available are pretty good, to be fair, on this app. To say that it's 100% free as well, then you're probably not going to find an easier or better or cheaper way to create videos for Facebook. So moving on then to the next slide, this is where I'm going to start having headings and things to try and essentially make people trust us, make people click on the ad, and make people want to buy this product. So I'm going to click edit on this one, and we're going to have some text. So we're going to have one of my top tips when it comes to Facebook ads, which I did in my previous video, which is PayPal welcome. Okay. In fact, another thing to show you is in the top right, you've got different ways of displaying it. So you can have it small or you can have it large, whichever way you choose. We're going to change the focal point as well, just to make sure that we are displaying as exactly what we want the customer to see in the photo. And I think that'll do it. So we're just going to check that out and see how that looks from the beginning. Every dog owner needs one of these. Different dogs wearing LED dog collars, PayPal welcome. So I think so far so good. And then again, you can go through, add different text options to all of these. So the next one could be, I don't know, let's say 6+ different colors. 6+ different colors. And again, that's going to kind of like make the customer intrigued to see what other colors there are. Moving on to the next slide then. Hopefully you guys are kind of getting the gist of what you can and can't do with this app. I would recommend having some text on every single one, but again, going back to that point that I mentioned earlier, don't just put something on there that's random and means nothing to the customer. You always want to put something on there meaningful that's going to entice the customer to essentially buy the product. So it could be something like free shipping on all orders, which you could add. It could be 50% off for new customers. Whatever it is, just make sure what you put on there is on there for a reason. So to finish the video off then, we can move on to this fourth and final square at the bottom, which is kind of looks like the wrench. And then you've got all the different kind of options again in which you can customize it. So you can change the format. You can go to a cinema, which is like a wider view. You can do square, which is probably the best way because then you're covering the whole screen, or you can do portrait as well. So depending on what you're creating this video for, whether you're creating it for a Facebook video ad, or if it's to go on Instagram, or if it's to go on your mobile phone, then you can do different formats. You can change the duration as well. So if you want to make the overall video shorter, you can, but to be honest, the standard length works pretty nicely. And then you can change when the music starts as well, which is pretty interesting. So simply just drag it, and as you can see, the music's just going to start at different stages. And then finally you can put a filter on as well. So if you want to be a bit artistic, or depending on what kind of niche you're in, if you're in like the fashion niche or something like that, or in the cooking niche, you might want to use some sort of filter just to make the images pop that bit more. So that being said then guys, that pretty much wraps up the video, all the different kind of options and variables you have available. So let's just watch the video back then and essentially see what we've just created. Every dog owner needs one of these, so creating that anticipation is making people intrigued. We're telling people that we're trustworthy because we use PayPal. There's different colors, and then you can have like free shipping, 20% off for new customers. Whatever you so choose to put on there, it's going to depend on essentially what niche you're in. So that's the ad then. Once you have created something that you're happy with, just go ahead, click the save button, and what you want to do is if you scroll to the bottom and just click photo library, that way it's going to save it to your phone, and then you can put it on your PC, on your computer, on your Mac, whatever you want to do, rather than upload it directly to any social media. But at the end of the day, it's completely up to you. That is just the method that I use. So that being said then guys, that's exactly how I created my video ads in the beginning. If you do use this app and create some ads, then I'd love to see what you guys come up with. So please do come back and send me a link to your videos. I'd love to see what you guys create. And that being said then, I'm going to wrap the video up there. If you're still watching, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button. And if you want to be entered into that raffle then to win the one-to-one call, then of course leave a comment down below as well. And that being said then, let's get into announcing the winner of the previous video. So here we are then on yesterday's video. I am trying to do daily uploads now. So if this is something you want to see, then make sure you subscribe. And this was yesterday's video then. So 3 quick and easy ways to increase sales on your Shopify dropshipping store. And we're at just over 400 views and 56 likes, which is absolutely awesome. So thank you very much. So I'm just going to take the URL then, copy that, head over to our random comment picker. We had 46 unique comments, which is absolutely awesome. So thank you very much. The channel, in fact, has been growing really quickly recently. So thank you to you guys. And the winner then is Alex L. Always great value. Would mean the world to me to have this call with you, brother. So thank you very much, Alex. Congratulations. Make sure you reach out. The best way is probably on Instagram actually, so hit me up on Instagram and we can get that call arranged. For everyone that didn't win this time then, you can actually book a call if you want to. The link will be down below in the video description, or you can keep watching the videos and leaving comments, and one day your time will come. And that being said guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.